Masampanayang adlaw madawgan nga kurawon, pagkarakeng alawon, pagkahangulang tawo. I am Jesus Katigan Ensilada. Igtaman is my mountain name, which means someone who has so much to tell. I am a proud member of the Panay Bukidnon Indigenous Cultural Community. Panay Bukidnon is one of the two indigenous cultural communities found in the Panay Island, Western Visayas, Philippines. I am a teacher and at the same time a creative writer. I am from the municipality of Kalinog, which is found in the central Panay area. I am 43 years old and I was born on March 24, 1978. I am employed as a secondary school principal in the Department of Education, serving one of the high schools in the municipality of Kalinog. For more than 15 years as an educator in the Department of Education, I have been receiving awards in the local level, regional level, national, and international level. To name a few, I am an outstanding teacher in the schools division of Iloilo in 2008. In 2013, I am one of the honorees of the Batubalani Foundation in its search for the many faces of the teacher. That was in 2013, and in 2014, I was awarded as Metrobank Outstanding Teacher. In 2015, I had the opportunity to go to the United States as a recipient of the International Leaders in Education program of the Fulbright Foundation. During that program, I had audit courses at the top university in the US of A, Clemson University, and had my internship at the Riverside Middle School in a nearby town called Pendleton. In 2016 and 2017, I was also chosen as one of the outstanding teachers of the City Savings Bank and the East West Bank. In 2017, I was awarded as one of the 11 outstanding teachers in Southeast Asia, awarded by the Princess Maha Chakri Award Foundation. Princess Maha Chakri Serindorn is the princess of the Kingdom of Thailand, and the award, which has been running for 3 years, has been recognizing teachers, outstanding teachers in 11 Southeast Asian countries, including East Timor. I am proud, as what I have said, I am a proud Panay Bukidnon, and I had a very poor background, being son to farmer parents, and as 6th child out of 9 siblings. My older siblings were not able to finish college because they would say that they don't have that promise to become a professional, and I am the first child out of 9 siblings to earn a professional status. But because of the support of my family and the community, with the promise that they have seen in me, I was able to enter college, and I took up an education course. I finished the degree in 2000 with the support of my elder sister who had been supporting me all the way from high school to college. I could still remember her words telling me that she would support me all the way to get a degree because it's the uh, the pride of the family and of the community to produce a teacher. And so I dedicated my studies and I was able to finish the degree in 2000. I started teaching that same year as a volunteer teacher in one of the high schools in my area, serving indigenous students or learners who are representing indigenous cultural communities, specifically the Panay Bukidnon in my area. Because of this advocacy, which I have been doing for more than a decade now, I am an advocate of culture-based and inclusive education because I myself, being a member of the Panay Bukidnon Indigenous Cultural Community and serving indigenous learners, I have been advocating culture-based and inclusive education. With this, I was able to come up with my pyramid of personal advocacy, which revolves around my advocacy as an indigenous teacher or a teacher representing an indigenous cultural community, that is culture-based teaching, then my role, my perceived role in the community as a culture advocate, and my passion on research and creative writing. In 2018, I was awarded as one of the top 10 outstanding teachers of the world, courtesy of the Varkey Foundation. Varkey Foundation is a London-based foundation that gives a prestigious award to an extraordinary teacher from the different countries of the world. Aside from teaching, I am also a passionate writer and have published books, specifically on my creative works, a collection of stories, poems, and I mostly write in the native languages or local languages such as Kinaraya and Hiligaynon. I am a native speaker of Kinaraya, but I can also write, and even most of my works are in Hiligaynon because this language has gained platforms or publications. It has popular platform or publication opportunities where we could submit our works. I have been submitting works to the Hiligaynon magazine published by the Manila Bulletin Publishing Corporation. I have also poems which appeared in Liwayway magazine of the same publishing company. My other works are found in anthologies and even online. So you could search my name. My works are found in Balay Sugidanon, Dungog Kinaraya website, and Hubon Manunulat. My craft in creative writing, or I discovered my passion in creative writing when I was I think it started when I was in the elementary, then it was nurtured up to high school and college. I could still remember that when I was in the in my elementary years, my teachers would encourage me or would mentor me in joining essay writing contest, something like that, until my desire to write and publish my works flourished when I reached high school and became a part of our school publication, and when I was able to join different journalistic contests, writing contests in my school, in the division level up to the regional and national levels. But during my college, I became more passionate about this craft when I became an editor of our school paper for 2 terms. It was after graduation from college. It was in 2008 when I seriously started sending my works to the Hiligaynon magazine, and as of now I have already published more than 60 short stories, I think 4 to 5 novels, being serialized in the said magazine. My latest work is a novel which is entitled Tumandok, or Indigenous. It is written in Hiligaynon because it was an entry in the uh, National Commission for Culture and the Arts Writers Prize in 2017. It is a winning work, and it is already a complete work in 2019 when it had been published by the Kasing-Kasing Press in ebook form. My professional group affiliations are as member and officer of Dungog Kinaraya Incorporated, an advocacy group on Kinaraya language and literature. I am also a member and officer of Hubon Manunulat, an umbrella organization of Western Visayan writers. This organization support Western Visayan writers who write in the local languages, Filipino and English. Many would say that I am a culture-based writing because my awareness and my love for my own culture, my pride and love for my own culture really show in my writings. And it was the Batu Balangit Foundation who first called me as a culture-based writer. Mostly, I write about culture. I write about the story of my people because I have this idea or belief that it is my role, being given the mountain name Igtaman, which means someone who has so much to tell. And with that title, I believe that that is my role for my community, to tell the different stories of my people, to highlight our beautiful culture as an indigenous cultural community. I mostly write in my native tongue, which is Kinaraya, and I also write in Hiligaynon, which is the language of the um, the the, the center of the Iloilo province, or even the language of the center of the Panay Island. Um, you could find some of my works online, but most of them are in print. If you have subscribed copies of the Hiligaynon magazine, I started publishing my works in 28, but sad to say, the said magazine had stopped publishing. Usually I write in very early in the morning because I feel that it is the right time for me to focus on what I am doing, on my passion, which is writing. And I write, as what I've said, across genres. I write poetry or binalaybay, I write short stories, and I write novels too. I have one book of short story collection called Waling-Waling kag iban pa nga mga sugilanon. It is a collection of my short stories in Hiligaynon. Number of hours working to finish the project. I would like to share with you my timetable when I wrote my novel, Tumandok. Um, so I shared that I started writing it in 2017, but I was able to finish it only sometime in 2019, and it took a lot of my time because I had this desire to really create something I consider a masterpiece, and so I did not hurry myself finishing it. Instead, I took my time. I needed to travel, so I traveled around Panay for me to be inspired of the different scenery, um, different imagination as I passed by the different places in the Panay Island. That's actually, it has an imaginary setting, or it has, yeah, it has an imaginary setting, but it could have references to the different places and islands in Western Visayas. um, I don't declare one notable work, but it's up for my readers to tell me which work is notable and which work is less notable or not notable at all. But in my own judgment, I would say my last work or last project, the novel Tumandok, is one of the most significant works I have ever produced. I am always inspired by the story of my people, so the people in my community are always the characters, the main characters in my works. My advice to those who have the same passion, the passion to write creatively, my advice is that just unleash that desire to tell the different stories that come to your mind, to your imagination, stories that have been developed, or stories that have been created because of your experiences, because of your insights, because of your imagination, because of your judgment. Always talk to people, listen to people, because you'll be inspired by the different stories you have heard, the stories of the people in your community, also the stories of senior writers. It's very important to have that kind of humility to listen, to learn from senior writers, and they would serve as your mentor. As a writer, we need also to read a lot of works, a bunch of works. We need to read different genres of writings for us to discover our strength, our inclination, our interest, so that the real voice would really come out as a writer. During the pandemic, I have been into different advocacy works. I have been organizing activities, forum, for example, or virtual gathering of the minds, writers, educators, youth, to discuss issues, challenges that we face in this time of the pandemic, and to develop insights and to come up with resolutions to our most common problems and challenges in these trying times. I've been into also to organizing writing events, workshops, all sorts of that. Um, my projections for the arts in the next 10 years, I believe that creative writing, West Visayan literature and publishing would continue to flourish because many of our young people, because of the support also of our senior writers, would continue to learn to write and to publish their works. One notable support that we have here in Western Visayas is that we have um, different publishing companies that focus on publishing writers, local writers. One example is the Kasing Kasing Press, which really has the heart to help to publish works of West Visayan writers, be it in local languages, be it in Filipino, be it in English. And we do hope that we will have more publishing companies who would embrace, who would support writers who opt to write in the local languages, and even writers who would express themselves in Filipino or in English. How could I relate my literary skills in other arts? Uh, um, because of my inclinations, also interest with other art forms, I'm into visual arts, theater arts, performing arts, for example. I think all these art forms or expressions are very much related with each other. One example is that when I write screenplays, and this would be translated into films. Writing is naturally for publication, but writing also goes with films and other art forms. Stage plays, for example, in order to have a stage play, it would always start with a writer and its screenplay. What do you think could be the effect or similarities of your own literary pieces in visual arts when art or literary pieces in visual arts? I think to write and to paint or to draw are two very connected and very similar things, because to write is also to paint, but to paint with the use of words. So I am also painting when I write, because I make use of the best medium, the language I master. I need also to have the elements, the different elements. I need also to write figuratively. It would have different levels, and these are two, writing and visual arts are two very interconnected things, because they both require an inner reflection of one's feelings and imagination. It requires some level of craft, mastery, and artistry. That's all. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm very happy to share my thoughts regarding my being a writer and an artist. Thank you very much again, and a pleasant day to all of you. Once again, this is Igtaman, your writer, your creative writer, a proud Panay Bukidnon.